a couple of video musical performances by the T.H. Bell Junior High Band. It will be performing Banana Boat Song. We'll then hear a second video performance from the T.H. Bell Junior High Orchestra, and they will be performing Burst.
I am Mason Hewlett from the T.H. Bell Band. I am representing the T.H. Bell Band, and we are going to hear the Banana Boat Song.
My name is Derek Quinones. I'm representing T.H. Bell Orchestra, and this is Burst.
Thank you very much. Awesome performances by our T.H. Bell Minutemen, performing art students and their advisors, but I don't have their advisor's name, Superintendent.
Yeah, I see one of them back there. There might be more. Mr. Come up here. Come up here to the mic, would you? And let's and have you introduce yourself. And we want to make sure we acknowledge your great work, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Tim Coster, and last time I checked, I didn't do anything. I just listen. It doesn't make any sound. It's all these guys. So round of applause for their hard work.
Thank you. We'll now have two of our T.H. Bell students, Mason Hewlett and Derek Quinones, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Would you repeat the Pledge of Allegiance after us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Job well done.
I'd have to disagree with the teacher. I think he does it all.
Let's give everyone another round of applause. That was great. Thank you. Let's move on and celebrate one of our great educators. Heather Nelson, please.
Superintendent Butters, President Widdowson, and board, I'm so excited to be here this evening to recognize Maggie, and they'll get my PowerPoint up, Maggie Huddleston, for an important award. And as I get started, I'd like to invite Maggie to come and stand by me, because there's something amazing that happens to Maggie when we start to talk about science. Look at her face. Maggie radiates, and it's easy to see why she was awarded this prestigious award. And so those of you who are not familiar with this award, it's not an annual award, but it's given by the Utah Science Teachers Association for those who have made an outstanding and lasting impact on Utah's science education community. So it's a special award that Maggie has really worked hard to earn. So Maggie is incredible in so many ways, and she does so many things for the curriculum and science, or the curriculum and instruction department, big and little things every day, and we don't have time to recognize all of them, but I do want to highlight a few of the things that Maggie does for not only our teachers but our students. So Maggie plays a key role in organizing what's called the STEM Expo, and this is a multi-district event where high school students from Weber, Ogden, Davis, and Morgan come together for STEM career exploration. In addition to this activity, Maggie also is our STEM fair director, and this is no small endeavor. If you've been to this fair, you know this is a big deal. It includes usually about 250 students, 80 judges, and an impressive array of prizes that have been donated by community partners. The top 5 projects from our STEM fair earn a chance to compete in an international science fair. And just last year, I think it's important to note, what a great opportunity, but somebody from our school district won a four-year full-ride scholarship to Arizona State University from Fremont High School. So thanks to Maggie's efforts for giving that opportunity. And if you know Maggie, you know that she is passionate about giving opportunities to all students. And one way that she does that is by providing opportunities through MESA. And what this club does is it's geared to help economically disadvantaged students have opportunities to excel in math and science. And these clubs are held after school, and every year Maggie puts on an event where they can come and they can have a competition between MESA clubs. Maggie also organizes opportunities for elementary students, and this is called the STEM Olympiad, and if you've ever been, this is quite the event as well. It's really a great time. Every elementary school is included, and they have STEM challenges such as crypto, set, tile trials, experimental design, paper towers, and pentominoes. The popular event has grown over the years, and now Maggie has an entire mini expo outside, where there's STEM exhibits and interactive stations for students to explore and learn. So in addition to planning events, Maggie also plays an important role in supporting our science teachers. She organizes professional development, updates science notebooks, creates district science kits that are available for checkout, and those are items that usually a school can't afford, so we have them at the district where schools can check them out. She collaborates with teams every summer to modify science curriculum or to create the curriculum that we need to better meet the standards and to improve student achievement. Maggie also creates a newsletter that goes out to all of our science teachers where she highlights instructional strategies. She mentions opportunities that are available at the state and national level, and she also takes a moment to celebrate the outstanding work of science teachers in Weber School District. And this is by far my favorite thing. If I had to name one thing that impresses me the most about you, Maggie, is that you are a fantastic science teacher. And she has an ability, I think this quote just sums it up for Maggie: by doing what you love, you inspire and awaken the hearts of others. And Maggie will go out and she'll teach a lesson to an elementary school, and they'll ask her, are you coming back tomorrow? And I think that speaks volumes. Maggie loves science, and she inspires other people to love science too. So will you please join with me in congratulating Maggie on this incredible achievement.
She wanted me to introduce my family. That was very sweet. I'm a little, whew. So this is my husband, Ken Huddleston, and my mother-in-law, Narita, and my oldest daughter, Hannah, and her husband, Connor, and two of my grandbabies, Josie and Violet. And that was so nice of them to come and support. And I really do love Weber School District. It is the best place to work. We have the greatest kids, the greatest teachers, the greatest team. So I love it. Thank you so much.
Do you ever do anything in your spare time?
Make a new science. Yeah. New science projects.
Hey, Ryan James, would it be possible for you to be our picture guy tonight?
We need a Kodak moment. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, and for all the time and effort that you put in. That's awesome. Let's move to our consent calendar board. You've had the opportunity to review the consent calendar. I would look for a motion to approve it. Doug, second by Jan. Any discussion on the consent calendar? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Let's go on, continue with some further recognitions, please. Kurt Swalberg.
Superintendent Board. As you know, this is one of my favorite things. I just love to talk about and to introduce educators that are just inspiring and are amazing. And tonight we get to learn about and get to know Mrs. Jennifer Grizel, a first grade teacher out at Riverdale Elementary. And I'd like to have Jennifer come on up with me. As she's coming up, we got a video that we're going to show, but as she's coming up, I just want to say that, I had an opportunity to visit her classroom the other day, and it was inspiring. Oh, kindergarten. I knew that. Kindergarten, sorry. Kindergarten. Yes, she is a kindergarten teacher, and she's marvelous at it. And we got to see her in action on the floor, teaching the kids with manipulatives, and it was amazing. And we know that she's amazing too, because I learned something new, that she actually did her student teaching with our own Mary Jo Williams. So she learned from the best. And so, and she is just amazing. So we're going to take a moment and we're going to watch this video.
Is your body facing the screen? Yeah. Are your eyes on the screen? Yeah. Is your brain ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Excellent. I can name the sound club.
Mrs. Griselle is a kindergarten teacher. She's been teaching kindergarten for over a decade. She's what I consider a master level teacher, where she knows how to connect with kids on a personal level, but also knows how to stretch them academically. Last year, she had 93% of our kids make typical or above typical growth.
Anytime she's asked to change something or do something, she's the first to figure out how to implement it and work it into what she's doing.
She's nice. Yeah, he's nice.
She's also a leader on her team. She showed other members on her team how to use the science of reading on a daily basis, and she's let them come in and watch her.
She is a very good teacher, and together we had a lot of success last year.
She shares our lessons, she coaches them through how to use the lessons, and they're getting similar growth as she is. So she's one of those excellent teachers that not only leads her class, but leads her team.
She's been very helpful and very kind and welcoming, sharing her resources with me. She's just a great friend and great example.
She makes us happy.
Jen is able to find the humor, as we all do with kindergartners, with 5-year-olds.
So she came to me and she's like, I have a student that keeps calling me Mrs. Drizzle. And I was like, that sounds like a character from the Magic School Bus series. And so we were both laughing because he just keeps calling her Mrs. Drizzle, and she just laughs about it. But she has a good sense of humor with the kids, and they make her laugh.
She looks exactly like a zebra. She made a zebra today, and it was very funny. Yeah, it's not really look like a zebra. But we still said it looked good.
Another great part of Mrs. Griselle is she's my safety coordinator, and she takes it very serious. She makes sure that we do all the drills correctly. If we have any hiccups in the drill, she'll train the staff on we need to fix this and this, and then we run the drills again.
Make sure we're safe, and make sure we don't run in the classroom. I believe she makes sure she does not get us lost.
She will take anything that she's asked to do and do it 100%, and she just puts everything she has into helping and teaching those kids.
It is very important to her that every child succeed in her classroom.
She is very organized. She is a great planner. She's great to share her knowledge.
She's just willing to go above and beyond to help those kids.
And we're very lucky to have her at Riverdale Elementary.
And the cheese grater, the disco, I like that. That's the way you said you should like the cheese grater, Julie. Change my mind. Okay, that's the way I like it.
As you can see, we're glad that she doesn't let any of our kindergartners get lost. And she is truly an amazing teacher. So, President Whittison, Board, Superintendent Butters, I present to you Jennifer Griselle for the I Love Teaching Award.
Well, thank you. This is really an honor. I really appreciate receiving this award. I guess I'm supposed to introduce my husband, Brandon Griselle, the short, bald man in the back. My amazing principal is here, Jen Thomas, and one of my teammates, Sherilyn Simone. My dad's watching at home. We have other family members watching at home, and my son couldn't make it either. But I just want to say thank you for this award. I do love teaching. I love kindergarten. It's my favorite place. And I'm a big science of reading nerd. So anyway, thank you again. I'm very honored. Thank you very much.
And incidentally, assistant Coach Moore was my gym and health teacher in Lubbock.
There we go.
We tested it. We did on that one.
Thanks, Jennifer. Matt Williams, please.
That's a hard one to beat. The dance and all that moves and stuff. That's great stuff. Congratulations.
It's okay if you don't dance.
Yeah, I won't. President Wiseson, Superintendent Butters, and Board, it's a pleasure to get to present this next award to one of our great counselors. I'd first like to bring up Mr. Talbot, Principal Talbot from Sandridge. And then I'd also like to bring up Mrs. Nikki Wolthius, who is a guidance counselor at Sandridge, and she was really excited to take the mic today and talk to you a little bit. But we are excited to nominate and for her to receive the I Love Teaching Award. We have a fantastic video to show you and kind of represent all the things that Nikki's about. So we'll watch that now.
Nikki is an absolute rock star. She's hit the ground running in junior high.
There is no situation too difficult that Nikki can't handle it. She will dive right in with both feet and with everything she has in order to help a student feel connected, supported, and truly loved at Sandridge. And she does this constantly. Like, she never stops working.
Nikki is awesome. She's always willing to lend a helping hand. She's willing to talk to any student that possibly comes in. She'll give snacks out. She does Hope Squad. She checks on us too. Like, she notices when we have a bad day. She just is awesome.
She recognizes everything. It doesn't matter if it's someone's appearance, if someone's mood, if they're having a great day, bad day. She recognizes everyone, and she makes sure everyone is always taken care of and always made sure that they are felt important.
Her dedication to kids, how she's always willing to help, she's always a kind soul for them to talk to, and she's also realistic with them too. She's honest, she's vulnerable, she's genuine, and she's someone that not only the kids can go to if they're struggling, but adults in the building as well too.
I really like how she's charismatic and like fun to be around. That's one of my favorite things about her.
One of my favorite things about her is how energetic she is and how much of a positive energy she gives off all the time.
The thing that impresses me with Nikki is every conversation that we have with a student or with a parent, she is all in. Her mind is nowhere else but with that kid, and you can tell that she is there 100% for that student, and she wants the best outcome for that kid.
She makes sure that every student is heard. So if they come into the counseling office to be taken into the calm room to make sure that they are having a mental calmness, if they are in the sick room, if they just need a high five, she makes sure that everyone is taken care of.
Super great with a variety of students, from our top students to our strugglers. Nikki is fantastic, helping with behavior plans, coming up with intervention ideas.
So one thing Nikki does really well is she looks at data. And what I mean by that is she finds specifically the things that will help a student succeed in whatever their struggle is. And from that data, then she can extrapolate along with her team and others that she brings in, including teachers, administrators, aides. She can find ways to connect those kids.
I love how understanding she is, or how she tries to understand. I mean, like, she truly made me feel wanted and welcome here. All the activities that we do for Hope Squad, she always makes sure that everyone is included and that no one gets left out no matter what. When I was really struggling, even just like coming to school, because that was something that I struggled with, she always made me feel like I had a spot. Yeah. Like I belonged here. She's really good at understanding everyone's point and always knowing how you feel and knowing what to do to help you and comfort you.
She kind of just embodies everything that we're trying to do here at Sandridge, which is a culture of everybody accepting that we're all different. One Sandridge is our thing, and she completely embodies that. She's taken on a lot of responsibilities. She runs the Hope Squad. She has taken on a big chunk of our PBIS push here in the school and working on behaviors with kids, and specifically has taken on the school store. And the kids look forward to that. They earn through good behavior and through demonstrating certain traits and values here in the school. They're given these Ridge rewards, these little dollars, and they can go and spend money at the school store. She's even gotten out of her comfort zone and been willing to jump in and help with the volleyball team.
Congratulations, Nikki. She's just so cool. I love Nikki.
I just love her. She's my best friend.
Congrats, ladies!
Yeah.
Congrats. You did great. Good job.
Nikki, thank you for being part of this team here at Sandridge. Your work, your enthusiasm, your sense of humor have all helped us at Sandridge have a brighter day each time we see you, each time we work with you. You deserve this award. You deserve so much more. And thank you again for being part of this team.
So Board and Superintendent, I present to you Mrs. Nikki Walthius as the I Love Teaching Award winner for this month. So congratulations, Nikki, if you'd introduce your visitors.
So I have with me today my beautiful daughter, Liv, in the back there, and then my husband's watching online. He's at a business meeting in Kansas, but.
Congratulations again, Nikki. Thank you. Let's move back to Kurt Swalberg, please, for a Partners in Education Award.
President Whittison, Board, Superintendent Butters. As you know, it takes a whole community to raise children, and so we are lucky enough to have some great partners in our schools. And at Riverdale, there's none greater than the Lions Club, and we certainly appreciate all they do, and we're so excited to honor them this evening. So we'd like to invite Principal Thomas to come up, and as well as I know some of the members. I know President Joe and Teresa and Jim, and I know there's some others. If you guys would like to come up as well, please come on up. So while they're coming up, we'll go ahead and we'll watch a little video about some of the amazing and fun things that they do for our school.
So the partnership we have with the Lions Club is fantastic. They will come and ask me any of the needs that we have at our school. I mentioned that I wanted to get a little library by our benches so that the kids could be reading before school started or after school, and so they have gone on it. They've purchased one, they're building one right now, and they're gonna install it right by our benches, which is fantastic because it costs several $100s to make. They also do like an art contest every year, and they have the 6th graders participate, and then they pick winners, and we do an assembly, and they bring pens, and they announce all the winners, and usually there's a cash reward for the top 3 winners of the art poster contest, and if they're really good, they can go to a state level and even a national level. So they help run that, and they do all the judging, and it's fantastic. The 6th graders love it. They also do an annual spaghetti dinner where they invite the whole community to come. They just charge like $10 per family, and me and the mayor help serve spaghetti, and they serve also, and then they give the money that's earned back to the school to clear all the negative lunch balances. So last year they gave over $1,200 to help clear our negative lunch balances. They've also donated benches to the school so my families have somewhere to sit when they're waiting in the lobbies. And besides helping Riverdale Elementary, they're also great community support to the whole Riverdale community. So they go around and collect eyeglasses at the different eyeglass companies, and they figure out what level each glass is, and they donate those to third world countries or to those that need eyeglass wear, and they do it for free. They've also mentioned that they've created bunk beds for families where they just don't have enough space to have a bed for every student. They have mattresses on the ground, so they build these bunk beds so that every kid has a bed to sleep in. But they're on board to help the school in any way that they can, and we love having a partnership with the Lions Club.
So I'm announcing some of the most selfless people you will ever meet. They are amazing. Right now they're making soccer balls that make noise for blind people so they can hear where the ball is. They're just continually finding ways to help and support my community and many communities across the state. So give them a big round of applause.
We're very honored to have this award, and we're grateful for the Riverdale Elementary and the opportunities we have with them. They've always been great. We've been a club in Riverdale since 1954, 70 years now, and we've been a great partner with them, and we appreciate the award. Thank you.
Real quick, so they know who you are.
We have to tell, yeah, I'm supposed to know everybody's name. Mine is Jim Knight, and I'm the club president this year. This is my wife, Teresa, Linda Baird, Tyler, AJ, and Joe Thompson. And by the way, Joe Thompson went to the school there when it was the old school, and your dad also went there in 1905? Or 1913, so we've got a long tradition with them.
Let's give the Riverdale Lions Club one more hand. Great job. We will now move into our public comment portion of our meeting. We have a couple of people who have signed up to address us tonight. As a reminder, the patrons will have 3 minutes to offer their comment related to the general items to the Board of Education. So, we're ready? Cambria Hurlburt, please. Yeah, just pull it down a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there we
Perfect.
go.
Thank you.
Okay. My name's Cambria Holbert. I'm the SBO president at Sanders Junior High. And I just want to say that Ms. Voltius is my counselor, and she's super awesome. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've went into our office and I've been like, hey, I need to change my schedule. And she's like, okay, Cambria, come on. And she's gotten me, like, I was able to do, like, 3 online classes last year, and she helped me with all of that, and I'm super grateful. I also want to just let the board know about the large strides that Sanders has been making in student involvement. We recently had our first community night of the year, which was put on by our own Latinos in Action Club. There was a large student turnout, and we had like a ton of our clubs and groups that were represented there, which is like what we're trying to achieve at Sandridge with our One Sandridge motto, which was super awesome. And we've also had similar turnout at our home sports games, and this is just really awesome because in the past we haven't had quite as much, but just like with our One Sandridge and all the clubs and groups coming together, it's been awesome. And one of the things that's helped that is our student council that we've added, like in addition to our student government. The student council has like a representative from each of the different clubs and groups in our school, like TSA, FCCLA, like our CTE clubs like that, and Hope Squad, Latinos in Action, in our like ongoing sports. This has helped our student organizations have more recognition in the school and also give feedback and get more involved in like Spirit Weeks and other school goals. And I just really love attending Sandridge and the community that we have fostered this year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Cambria. Well done, thank you. Janelle Herbook, please.
Sorry, we don't get to make it here every month, and so we just wanted to say this while we were here. I'm the PTSA president at Sandridge, and I also wanted to come and say that I'm really excited about all of the strides we've been making at Sandridge as a community, and I agree with what they said when they were talking about the Lions Club. You know, it takes a village to raise a kid. I strongly believe that, and I think that our principal, Mr. Talbot, and the teachers and the staff and everyone have been so great at fostering that village. And Mr. Talbot's been fantastic to work with as a PTSA president. He is open to ideas. We meet every week just to make sure that we're all on the same page. And I always jokingly say never let him leave, but obviously he's free to leave if he wants to. But anyway, and in addition to that, outside of Sandridge, because we do love Sandridge, we have, you know, Scorpion Power over here, but I also wanted to just say that I really appreciate the PR type of posts you've been doing on the social media at the district level. I think that's needed. I think that people need to see the good things happening in our public schools. And also, I want to give a shout out to TH Bell's social media. They do a really great job with it. So,
thank you.
Janelle and your sweet daughter, I just want to say, normally when you open public comment, it's like, uh-oh. So I want to say thank you very much. That positive input was very enlightening. So thank you very much for bringing that. We need more of that as you come back and feed us with stuff that's going on in the schools, the community. I'm a Roy guy, junior, sorry, but that's okay. I'm still a Roy guy. So thank you.
Thanks, and that concludes, that was the only 2 that had signed up for us tonight, so that concludes our public comment, and we'll move on. As most of you know, we've had over the past couple months, we've went through an intensive selection process. The Board of Education has, because we have a business administrator that is retiring, Dr. Peterson. We went through a selection process, and we're pleased to announce the appointment of Brock Mitchell to the position of our new business administrator for Weaver School District. Dr. Peterson will be retiring in December, and Brock, who currently serves as our Director of Secondary Education, has been chosen to, as I said, has been chosen to assume that, and he will be sworn in at our January board meeting. So we extend congratulations to Mr. Mitchell on his new, well-deserved, how's it going? So, thanks, Brock. We appreciate everyone that was interested in that job. We had a lot of applicants that we screened through, and just appreciate everyone's interest and look forward to seeing more of Mr. Mitchell, if that's possible.
Hey, Brock, I don't know if you've watched Robert tonight, but he loves to give the box out at the end of the awards. You might want to just model that. Of anything, just model that.
Thanks.
Also, peanut M&Ms are the best, and so just thanks, Pam.
We now have a couple of discussion and action items with Brock Mitchell's recent appointment as our business administrator. We have the opportunity to appoint a new secondary education director. And you know, when you move one person, it's a domino effect. And so we're going to turn some time over to Superintendent Butters, and she'll walk us through that.
It seems a little early in the year to be doing this. We usually reserve this for the spring, but we are super excited, Board and President Widdowson, to announce and recommend some great people for some new leadership positions. I'll present the administrative appointments I'll be recommending, and then following that, a formal approval process. If we could circle back, I'll introduce each of the leaders to you. So first, for the position of Secondary Education Director, I recommend Matt Williams, who currently serves as the Secondary Education Assistant Director. To fill the Secondary Education Assistant Director position, I am recommending Rob Lake, who currently is the principal of Roy Junior High School. For the principal position at Roy Junior High, I recommend Melinda Stimpson, who is currently an assistant principal at T.H. Bell Junior High School. And to fill that vacancy as assistant principal at T.H. Bell Junior High, I'm recommending to the board that we place Ashley Blaisdell, who is currently serving as the administrative intern at Westfield High School. Board members, I respectfully request your support in formally appointing these exceptional leaders to these critical roles at this time.
Thanks, Superintendent. Board, I would ask for a motion to approve these recommendations. And second, Janice, any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Go ahead.
All right.
I didn't want that to get away.
Sitting next to these two sometimes could be just all right, so thank you, President, members of the board. First of all, why don't we start with Mr. Matt Williams, our new Secondary Education Director. And Matt, as we read your bio, would you come on up here and we'll put you up in front. Thank you. Welcome.
But still no dancing.
No, I don't want to see it now.
Later, John.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Matt. Matt has a BS degree in Health, Physical Education, and Recreation from Emporia State University, a Master's of Education from Utah State, and his administrative credential from Utah State. He's in his 29th year in Weaver School District in education. He has served our district in several capacities. He was a youth and custody teacher at Washington High and at Bonneville High School for 15 years. He's coached, football coach, athletic director. He's been the driver's ed coordinator at Bonneville High School, an assistant principal at Roy High and at Rocky. He's been the principal of Roy Junior, a principal at Roy High, and he's currently, as we mentioned, the assistant director of secondary ed. I'm just going to go ahead and read what each of these great leaders said about their families. He says, my wife, Christy, who teaches at West Weber Elementary, and I'm going to put a plug in that he thinks she's pretty special, and so do we. I have 4 children, Savannah, Josie, Josh, and Nicole. Savannah is married to Zach, and we have 1 granddaughter, Lucy, who is the light of our life right now. And I can see that he's got some family members here, and we're going to, first of all, welcome you, Matt, and then let you introduce your family. Congratulations.
Superintendent and President and Board, I appreciate this opportunity to continue to work in secondary education. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to miss working with Mr. Mitchell, but he's just across the hall with peanut M&Ms, so we'll be meeting quite a bit. With me tonight's my sweet wife, Christy. She is a special ed teacher at West Weber Elementary. I have my dad, Jim Williams. He's up in age a little bit. And my brother, Wiley Williams, who we'll all get to know a little bit later, and then my son, Josh Williams. So,
awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, replacing Mr. Williams as our secondary assistant director is Mr. Rob Lake. Rob, would you come on down? I'll start reading your bio here, Rob, as you come down. He's a graduate of Oregon State University with a bachelor's degree in Spanish and a master's in education. He had his leadership endorsement from Utah State. He's currently in his 25th year in education. He has taught and coached at South Ogden Junior High School. He was an administrative intern at Roy High, assistant principal at Rocky and Roy High and Weber High for 1 year, and then is currently the principal at Roy Junior High. He and his wife Kim have been married for 27 years, and they have 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys, Cambry, Parker, McKenna, and Kel. Welcome and congratulations.
Yes. Superintendent Butters, President Whittison, and board. First thing I want to do is, the last time I was in this, I had this opportunity to address everyone. I forgot to thank my wife, and I was in the doghouse. So I want to thank Kim. She is the best wife ever.
Have her stand up. Let's see.
Kim, could you please stand? So, yes, I want to get that out of the way first. But I want to, first of all, I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity. I'm so excited to be able to work with Mr. Williams. We've had the time of our lives at Roy Jr., working with Carolyn and Chris, and we have a fabulous staff there. It's been amazing to be a part of that team, and so I'm looking forward to the next challenge and being able to work closely here at the district with Matt. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, can I enter? Oh,
Yes.
I got
Please,
Parker.
please do.
I got Parker here with me. I don't want to get in trouble with my kids this time. I have Parker, Cambry, her boyfriend Logan, and my son Kale back there.
All right, and replacing Mr. Lake at Roy Jr. is Melinda Stimpson. Melinda, come on down. Melinda earned her Bachelor's of Science. Yes, give her a hand. Weber State University Bachelor's of Science. She earned her Master's of Education from Southern Utah. This is her 27th year, and I believe all in Weber School District,
Yes.
correct? Yes. She has over 20 years of classroom teaching experience, specializing in history and social studies for grades 7 through 12, including courses in government, AP government, and U.S. history, as well as science for grades 7 through 9. She has 18 years of coaching experience. Currently, she's serving as an assistant principal at T.H. Bell and previously held an administrative role at Bonneville High School as an intern. Her family includes her husband and me, along with our 4 married children and 3 wonderful grandchildren, ages 2 to 8. Welcome, Melinda.
Thank you, Superintendent Butters and Board, President Whittison. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited to continue what I've been doing. I am going to be sad to leave a great team at T.H. Bell. We've just made some strides, and I've been taught how to be a great principal is what I think is what I've seen there. With me tonight also is my family, my husband, and I've got that whole center row right there. So Katie and her husband Logan, and Keely and Val, her wife Val, my husband Chad, grandkids right there, my son Alec, and Henry. My grandkids Henry and Theodore and Everly right here, and they're holding strong. Like it's been a meeting, and so they're doing great.
Yeah.
Like this. And then my son Alec and his wife Sheena, and my son Cameron and his wife Chesney. I'd also like to thank my secondary leadership, Brock and Matt, because they've been wonderful. So thank you very much.
Good, great, thank you. All right, and last but certainly not least, Ashley Blaisdell, come on up. Ashley will be the new assistant principal at TH Bell. Let's give her a hand. Ashley has her Bachelor's of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences from Southern Utah University, a Master's of Education in Ed Tech from the American College of Education, and received her administrative endorsement from Utah State. She's in her 18th year in education. She's been a teacher at Roy Junior High, a teacher at Weber High School, administrative intern at Sandridge Junior, and is currently serving as the intern at Westfield High School and has been pivotal in helping us get that school open. She's married to Tyson. They will celebrate their 10-year anniversary next month. They have 3 kids. McCaslin, I want to make sure I get that right. McCaslin, who is a 3rd grader at Majestic, and Mackay, who is a 2nd grader at Majestic, and Brexel, who is 4 and attends the Little Longhorns preschool at Westfield. Congratulations.
Yeah, so I thank you, Superintendent Butters, President Whiteside, and board. I'm really excited for this opportunity. It's going to be fun going back to junior high and kind of working with, some of the more challenging populations and really trying to see that needle move, right? Like doing some of the work that we're doing, and that's really fun for me. I love being busy and finding things to keep me occupied. So going to a junior high, I will definitely be busy. So it'll be great. And I'm very grateful for all of the different leaders that I've been able to work with that have helped me to get to this point. Like working with Quinn Talbot and Mike Martini has been incredible. They're both amazing leaders, and I hope that I can take some of the qualities I've learned from them and apply those in my next positions. But
awesome. Introduce your great family.
Yeah, with me I've got my husband Tyson. My oldest McCaslin is a competitive tumbler, so she's tumbling right now. And then I've got Mackay and Brexley.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, then my parents are watching from Kanab, so.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Board, we're in great hands. We're going to transition and be in a good place in those schools. Thank you. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, as a brief aside, we still have an administrative intern position that we need to fill at Westfield High School. And so that position will be opened up here probably on Monday. And we'll transition a new person over to Westfield High. It's just a tricky time of year to perhaps pull a teacher out of the classroom. So we will present that recommended leader to you hopefully in December.
Thanks, Superintendent. Those that came, family, you're welcome to take off. You don't need to stay as we go through some of the rest of this meeting. If you need to run, take those grandkids home and let them run. Thanks for coming. Let's move on. Matt, let's move on with the calendar.
You haven't heard from me enough. So it is just board and superintendent, we'd like to present the 25-26 calendar on second reading. So the WSD calendar committee met multiple times and decided on the attached calendar that you have a copy of. School administration, district administration, parents, PTSA, WEA, classified employees and teachers were included and allowed to give input as with the meeting. So based on that input, the committee would like to recommend to the board the attached calendar option for consideration and approval on a second and final reading.
Okay. Any discussion, board?
Matt, have you had any discussion this last month?
There's been no comments or suggestions or anything.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I'd look for a motion then, board, to accept the 2025-2026 school calendar on a second reading. Janice and Jan, no further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Thank you, Matt. Okay, let's move on with our legal counsel, Heidi Alder, and some policy business.
Good evening, Board. This will be short and sweet. We just have two policies that we're presenting to the Board for second reading. Last month, the Board adopted on first reading Policy 8200, which is our revised library policy, and Policy 8250, which is a new policy we created to include all of the processes that we follow when we receive challenges regarding instructional materials in our schools that may be sensitive materials. If you recall, previously our library policy had all of these processes in that policy, and we chose to extract it from the library policy, put it in a separate policy to include all instructional materials, not just materials that are in our libraries. We did not have any comments except for one email this morning with a question about Policy 8250, which Heather, Ms. Hardy addressed or will address. It was just a question about a particular provision and where to find it. So other than that, we don't have any new comments and no changes were made. So we would present first Policy 8200 to the Board for adoption on second reading.
Thank you. Board, Janice?
Yes. Council, may I ask you, I think it's fascinating, you had mentioned that not one issue, one board or book had been questioned in the Weber district. And I wonder if has that maintained? That's still true?
We haven't had any challenges. We have had our librarians, since this law was passed a couple of years ago, go through and review the collections that are in our libraries, but we haven't had any parents or community members or employees submit a challenge and request that the process that we have in policy, that we go through that process to determine whether or not to pull the books.
I know that you work with different school districts. Do you find that unique, and do you think it's because our librarians do an exceptional cleaning up, analyzing, or are our parents oblivious? Do you have any idea what it is?
I'm not going to go on record as saying parents are oblivious. No, that's a really great question. I do think it's unique. I think that, as I've seen in other districts, there have been requests and review for challenges. I don't know why we haven't had that many requests here in our district. I do think our librarians do a great job. But other than that, I can't speak to why we haven't had anyone request that we review our materials and challenge them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Janice, can I pipe in on just an observation?
Yes.
I have engaged with a couple of members of the community that were a part of our initial adoption and creation of the policies that have morphed to these current versions, and some of the feedback I received is that they've appreciated being engaged, and I think that they trust that we have a very solid policy and process in place. And so I wanted to add that piece in. I think that we were able, through that process that we went through, to answer a lot of questions and make sure that their voices felt heard.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Just to echo, I do think that's unique. I know that not all districts took the time to invite stakeholders to participate in the process, and the superintendent and those involved were very receptive to comments and feedback from various stakeholders as we went through this process initially a couple of years ago.
Anything else? Okay, I'd ask for a motion then to approve updated policy 8200, libraries and sensitive materials, on a second reading. Janice, Jan, any further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Go
Is
ahead.
that both of them? Did you get both of them? Oh, policy 8250, sensitive materials. I suppose to present that to the board to be adopted on second reading.
Are you trying to speed this up?
I thought Paul was trying to speak it up.
You'll get me confused really easy.
So 8200 is the library policy. 8250 is a sensitive material policy. So I will move that the board look at and adopt policy 8250 now on second read.
Wonderful, thank you. Board, I would entertain a motion to approve updated policy 8250, sensitive materials, on a second reading.
So moved.
Doug and John, any comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Heidi, we appreciate all your hard work on those again. Well, that concludes our meeting for tonight. Board, I would welcome a motion to conclude the meeting.
I can do it. So moved.
Second? All in favor, Jan? All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks. Any opposed? No. Thank you all for coming.